Today's story was written by Reddit user FarmWitch4275. Video playing now. Buffering. Video plays. A Guide to Species: How to Interact with Humans by Lothar of the Lawkeepers of Lorraine. A Lorientis male appears on screen surrounded by shelves of books. Hello to all other members of the galactic community. My name is Lothar. This guide is as comprehensive as we can supply to allow both human and non-human persons meeting for the first time a friendly and wholesome experience. Despite the longevity of our meeting intergalactic society, it has been over 150 years since humans found their way into the wide open universe and said hello. As you can understand, there are still tensions surrounding things despite their friendliness, and this guide is here to explain why and how to avoid this. For the sake of ease of use, I will be referring to most species in human terms and supplying pictures to come as a supplement, so you can easily acquire a sense of scale and shape. We hope you find this guide informative, and all future meetings with humans are profitable and prosperous. Before we begin, it needs to be very clearly outlined that any negative interactions or perceived offensiveness by humans are not due to personal bigotry, but more to evolution and natural predation. Humans come from a Class 4 death world known as Earth, or Terra. By coincidence, most members of the galactic community have a resemblance in one way or another to a species that have evolved on Earth and resulted in human tragedy. We hope that this will clear things up. Video cuts to a picture of Lorientis male and female standing next to each other and switches between various angles. This is a Lorientis. Humans find Lorientis to be disturbing or uneasy due to the fact we look like a bulbous jellyfish. 7 feet tall, soccer ball shaped, and generally tend to float utilizing a sac full of plasmatic substance similar to helium. The screen changes to a picture of a Portuguese man-of-war. This is a jellyfish from the native human world of Terra. Do not confuse us. Jellyfish on Terra are very much completely different and non-sentient, but these appear in thousands of different species through the Earth's oceans. Screen changes back to the Lorientis. The Lorientis have no real predation or severe toxin save for a mild irritant produced by our tentacles when we are nervous or agitated. Whereas the jellyfish, this species in particular, produces one of the most agonizingly painful stings known to humans. Video changes to show a human male volunteering to get stung by a man-of-war in order to test new medications. The video is genuinely distressing to watch as the young man begins to convulse and scream uncontrollably as various creams are put on the affected area. The screen cuts abruptly. As you can see, humans are naturally wary of jellyfish due to the need for the species to carry an extremely potent neurotoxin in order to incapacitate its prey due to size and mobility. Do not use your tentacles to greet a human for the first time, and only engage in physical contact when prompted by a human. Stay as still as possible and attempt to tone your vocal appendages to a friendly or pleasant vocalization to calm them down, or simply wear a hat, bracelets, or other items to dissuade their evolutionary responses. The mantidines. Screen changes to a picture of a male and female mantidine standing next to each other with various angles. The female is clearly much bigger than the male. The mantidines are an insectoid hive species that does not share a gestalt or hive consciousness. 8 feet tall females and 5 feet tall males with mandibles, a thin thorax, 2 short multi-clawed appendages, and 3 very large bulbous eyes on the football-shaped head. Screen changes to show a picture of a praying mantis. This is the earthbound insect species known as the praying mantis, an extremely destructive carnivorous insect that primarily functions as an ambush predator that can take down species of considerable strength in comparison. The mantis is primarily a source of, quote, nightmare fuel for humans due to how it attacks and consumes its prey. usually while the prey is still alive and its mandibles are able to consume almost anything. However, the humans mostly have a fascination of a morbid kind with mantis, due to the death it causes. Mantidines are herbivores that evolved to fight against the carnivorous plant species, and mantidine mouthparts are much simpler and less capable of causing damage, with front appendages having grown multiple claws to enable them to manipulate objects. When engaging with a human, keep your hands to yourself and maintain a low defensive posture. Simply say hello to them and watch the tension dissipate. Mantises on Earth are no threat to humans, but most humans find them disturbing. So long as the humans are not agitated when you meet them, they will warm up to you quickly. Secondly, the Olivarchus. Screen changes to the sight of an Olivarchus, a male and female side by side in various angles, the male being much larger than the female. This is an Olivarchus, known to humans as space spiders, an egg-laying arachnid species, 8 legs, 8 eyes, a large thorax that spins webs but has no natural toxins, as their fangs and mouthparts are capable of consuming prey with ease. Social structure is one of an exceptionally tight-knit community that focuses on nest building and juvenile care. Olivarchus will be the most peaceful species you will ever meet, and besides humans, they will be the most friendly. Screen changes to pictures of various spiders from Earth, including the black widow, the Australian funnel web, the Mexican red knee, the cobalt tarantula, and the common daddy longlegs house spider. These are arachnids from the human homeworld. While most of them are harmless to humans, the rest, with barely a few micrograms of their venom, can kill basically anything in the galaxy today. The spider, known as the Australian funnel web, has 40 different proteins in its venom, and has been calculated to be the single most venomous insectoid in the galaxy. These creatures are extremely small, barely a 15th the size of an adolescent Olivarchus, and it is due to their size that they require this potent venom. Humans are the only species capable of surviving a bite from this spider with the use of antivenom. Screen changes to a short video of the aftermath of a funnel web spider bite. The spider kingdom on Terra represents over 30,000 different species of spider in comparison to the Olivarchus 17 variations. Humans are naturally repulsed by the spiders due to multiple eyes, the strangeness of movement, and extremely toxic nature leave humans either terrified or outwardly aggressive towards them. Olivarchus are extremely in tune with care for infants or juveniles of their own species, and from the start, human children are very unaware of the fact their adults find spiders repulsive. The easiest and simplest way to avoid any aggression is to wear various adornments and items so as to make yourself appear less threatening. Items such as top hats, bling, pimp canes, monocles, cups of tea, baseball hats, leg warmers, wigs, or other such items. If you ever encounter a human juvenile, don't worry. Finding them cute or endearing is entirely normal, as humans are very attractive to all known species. When in doubt, you have 2 options: spider horse go zoom, or boop the snoot. Screen shows 2 videos, one of an Olivarchus with a child riding on top of it while both wear a cowboy hat running at very high speed. The other video is of an Olivarchus booping a child at daycare on the nose. Next, the Viridianus. Screen changes to show the image of a Viridianus hive queen and a pair of drones, the queen vastly outsizing the drones at various angles. This is a Viridianus, a queen next to a drone. These creatures are non-gestalt, egg-laying, nest-making insectoid species that use elongated wings for flight. Humans describe them as giant freaking space wasps, a strange species that is herbivorous, that primarily deals in trade negotiations, and is the only species capable of surviving in space for extended periods of time. In human terms, the Viridianus are a, quote, nightmarish cross between the common honeybee and yellowjacket, enlarged to the size of a cow and pumped with steroids. A species that developed a swarm mentality but operates on a mostly individual level when out of the hive. Large wings and quadrupedal movement that make it smaller than others when mobile. When on its hind legs, a standard drone male or female can reach up to 5 feet high. Screen changes to the sight of several species of avian insectoid including the yellowjacket and honeybee. This is the honey-producing bee on the right, and the American yellowjacket on the left. This is why humans are terrified of the yellowjacket on their own home planet. Screen cuts to a video showing a yellowjacket swarm attack on a Terran teenager. The video cuts again to show the aftermath of the human in serious condition in the hospital with his skin covered in hundreds of red blotches. Humans are naturally repulsed by the insectoid creature of their own species, and these creatures have an extremely potent and extremely painful sting that causes serious tissue and cell damage. Viridianus are, however, entirely herbivorous, with no stinger or toxin, and mostly just feed off nectar from their homeworld's enormous flowers. They are an extremely social species that prefer large crowds or close friends, and enjoy wasting time much like humans. An easy way to keep a human calm is to not fly around them. The buzzing noise from your wings can agitate them and force an evolutionary fight or flight response. Keep low to the ground and keep your head up. Wear your clan garb or other such textiles and show yourself as non-threatening, and before you know it, you and a group of humans will be getting drunk in a pub in no time. Finally, the guitar. Screen changes showing a side-by-side comparison of a brightly decorated female next to a dull-coloured male guitar from all angles. Humans describe them as abnormally large cross between a werewolf and a Komodo dragon, then given a lifetime membership to a gym. 7-foot-tall carnivorous pursuit predators with 4-fingered claws, long elongated mouths, and long scaly tails. Screen changes to show a picture of an artist's impression of a werewolf alongside the picture of an adult Komodo dragon. Werewolves are a fictional mythology developed by humans as a means to scare ancient peasants into submission and terrify children into eating their vegetables. Komodo dragons are a species of quadrupedal reptiles from Terra that still exist today. Werewolves in mythology are a species of human that, by a horrible curse, has transformed into a half-man, half-wolf monster that kills anyone and everyone and eats their heart's friend or foe. A Komodo dragon is a relatively peaceful, patient pursuit predator with an extremely evolved sense of smell and a mouth full of extremely potent symbiotic bacteria that kills its prey slowly. While Komodo dragons are relatively peaceful creatures that humanity has attempted to keep around due to ecological recovery mandates, and the werewolf is a fiction used to scare idiots, the physical manifestation of a crossbreed between them is something humans find terrifying. A mixture of culture and a general repulsion to reptilians has given a human more than just a short freakout. The best way to dissuade them from perceiving a threat is simply to carry on as normal. Catar wear textiles as they are endoskeletal and dissipate heat much like humans, and various forms of apparel, the most popular being the tuxedo, will allow humans to be comfortable in your presence with little interaction. Keep your posture straight and do not go into a defensive or aggressive posture, especially around juveniles, and be polite, shaking hands with humans during greetings when prompted. Screen cuts to a side-by-side comparison of 2 humans, one male and one female, in basic uniform. Screen shows at all angles, then cuts to a picture of a human male with excessive cybernetics, a human that is abnormally tall, covered in a heavy ceramic armour, and a human female wearing very little clothing, but appears to be levitating nearby objects. These are humans, the most beloved species in the galaxy, evolved ape bipeds that have a tribal or pack bonding mentality that are capable of bonding with almost anything, including inanimate objects. Once a human becomes a friend, that human will literally die for you. When slighted, offended, or threatened, humans become more dangerous than any other thing you can imagine. For proof of this, you simply have to consider the Saratoga massacre. Screen cuts to show a video of Terran Marines charging at Serempantaris Hive World's frontline defences in a crushing victory. Another video shows a Terran fleet launching nukes at a Koristagan farm world. Another video shows a human and Qatar engaging in a barroom brawl, with the Qatar losing consciousness. A final video shows the last days of the Dakathar Imperium as a massive fleet of Terran vessels reject their surrender in favour of glassing the planet. The Dakathar Imperium attempted to take humans as slaves. They quote, "Fuck around and find out." Both feared and beloved in the galaxy, humans are described as endearing, beautiful, adorable, cute, soft, or simply in the case of the Qatar, damn sexy. Humans are always in high demand as their appearance is extremely pleasing, their physical presence calming, and their overall demeanour very engaging. Humans are also highly prized for their creativity, but also their uncanny ability with machines, technology, and aptitude for starships. Screen reverts to Arak-Thantar and his study. This concludes the basic guide to human interaction. We included humans in this as they insisted, in the name of being fair, that the galaxy be allowed to describe them in turn. We hope that this basic guide to interaction can result in a stable and healthy relationship for millennia to come. Cheesy music begins to play, followed by cute hand-drawn pictures of species at play with humans. An Olivarchus with a child riding a saddle while they corral a herd of sheep. A Laurentus wearing a cowboy hat playing cards, with 4 other humans in an old saloon. A Mantadine at a barbecue with humans, chasing after a raccoon that has just stolen someone's hat. A Qatar male engaging in contact sports known as soccer with a group of humans to a cheering crowd. And finally, a very cute picture of a human juvenile asleep with her head resting on the thorax of a sleeping Viridianus. Video ends.